¿Qué onda, vatos? Thanks for tuning in to yet another video. Infamous here, San Jose, California. Let's get on with the topic of today's ride, but first, go ahead and smash that like button if you may, and hit the subscribe button if you like motorcycle content. As always, coming at you live from San Jose, California. Let's go ahead and talk about California in general. You know, over the last year, from uploading videos, you know, complaining about the fees, complaining about the ownership of a brand new bike, complaining about the insurance, just, you know, so many complaints, so many different things. I came to realize from your guys' own feedback, quite honestly. You know, I've lived here all my life, born in SoCal, you know, just lived and raised here in California. So I've grown accustomed to all these fees, all these taxes, all this, you know, baloney, stupid policy, stupid waste of money, waste of, you know, just stupid.
Oh, look, frost.
Everywhere here in California. And I came to kind of realize, you know, just from you guys' feedback in other parts of America, and some of you guys from Canada, you know, just different parts of the world, I kind of came to realize that a lot of my complaints aren't with the bike. I came to realize that a lot of my complaints when it comes to ownership of a brand new bike, just ownership in general, or buying a bike here in California, a lot of my complaints were just based off of where I live in my state, California. There's so many different fees. We're talking about, you know, carb, emissions. I mean, the list goes on. And recently paying my renewal, I can't remember how much it was, but, you know, it was over $200. And not to mention some of my local shops for firearms, you know, they're charging an arm and a leg as well for the license transfer fee.
I'm sorry, our company doesn't work that way.
I don't want to make this a rant. You know, after, like I said, after reading you guys' feedback, after reading the comments, I just came to realize that a lot of my complaints are with California. But, you know, with California in mind and the year-round weather, and, you know, look at this, another beautiful day, blue skies, not a cloud in sight, once again, out here on the West Coast. I was just thinking, you know, is it worth having this weather? Is the payoff of, you know, having all these fees, all these taxes? I'm paying a buttload of taxes and my income, I see it every paycheck. Is it worth, you know, living here, living in California, and especially recently with the sheltered in place, a lot of the stores, you know, being shut down, and homelessness rising, people being, you know, kicked out of their homes, and eventually it's going to get worse because the aid's going to stop supposedly sometime in April. I don't know. I've been trying to stay away from politics because it just seems to get me more and more upset. But with the pork bill recently passed, and it looks like California is not going to have to pay for its bad policies, and a lot of other cities that have such bad policies that are failed. It looks like the recent bill is gonna bail those states, those cities out. Recently in LA, they've spent like $30 million on just planning. It's corrupt, quite honestly. They also built tiny homes. That was like $360 million, and now they're getting more funds. Where's all this money coming from? The taxpayers. But, you know, with the recent move, people are, you know, leaving the state. A lot of the big companies are leaving the state. Plex Audio is actually one of the companies, the people that make my stereo, or the company that made my speakers. Plex Audio, they actually moved too, and they moved to Florida. Good move on them, for sure. Smart move. So, you know what, I don't know. I mean, I was just thinking, you know what, it's great weather, but is it worth paying all the fees and putting up with all the stupid policies that are, you know, coming about? And you know what, I just don't get it. You know, we see it every day, especially Californians. The stuff just doesn't work. It doesn't work. Homelessness is still at an all-time high. LA, here, San Francisco. I mean, people have developed apps to kind of look out for crap, for people who are just, you know, taking a dump out in the public, and everybody just seems to be okay with it. People are walking around piles of literally. They're walking around it, and now there's an app for us to avoid such grotesque. You know what? Oh man, this whole state has really taken a turn for the worst, and you can't blame these big influencers or these big companies for leaving the state. Yes, they have a play in what happened. I mean, everybody's been voting the same way for many years. And then, you know, people kind of wonder what the heck's going on. And yes, tax, keep on taxing. But what's the point of taxing if the government or the state can't even manage the funds? So what's the point of more money when the government money wasting is at an all-time high? What's the point? Earlier this year, California couldn't even honor unemployment for their residents, for their people here in California. How is that even possible? I know how much I pay in taxes. It's a boatload. There's 6 million of us here in California. Each person, that's if, you know, they're working, of course, which most of them are not. How is that? How is there no money? You know what? I'm not gonna get into it, but I don't know. I was just wondering, some of you guys from the comments, a lot of you guys moved out of California when you could. I don't know. I just find it a little difficult for me to move. You know, I have a girlfriend. We've been dating for a long time. She's actually pregnant. That's a nice bite. She's pregnant and she's due in May. We're getting pretty close. Big news, you know, big announcement. I don't really talk about my personal stuff, mainly because, you know, I don't really have a lot going. You know, I work all the time, 60 hours a week. So getting back on topic, yeah, I mean, I've actually saved enough money to kind of purchase a home, but it just I can't buy it here, even with the shelter in place, even with unemployment, even with, you know, all the bad stuff. These house prices are just not dropping, and they ain't going anywhere. They're not going down. They're not. We're not seeing anything kind of change. You know, rent is still at, you know, like $3,000 out here. It's crazy. Out here in San Jose, you're looking at $2,600 for a single bedroom apartment. And if you're looking at, you know, lower than that, you're looking at downtown, you know, roach infested apartments, and you're probably paying $1,800. I guess my question to you guys is, I mean, if you really love motorcycles and you really like riding your bike, enjoy riding your bike, is that something that you're willing to do? And I guess this is mainly for those guys up in the east, north part of the United States. I've been riding my bike every day, pretty much throughout the whole year. You buy a bike out there on the east, north, and then you're probably riding the bike maybe another Harley. You're probably riding your bike about, what, 6, 7, 8 months out of the year, maybe, if you're lucky. It just depends on everything else. It just depends on all kinds of different things, I guess. But I don't know. You guys just go ahead and leave your comments down below. I think most of you guys are going to say, hell no, I am not willing to pay for these high, stupid taxes, all of these bad policies. But hey, you know what? Look at it this way: with the pork bill passing, it's not just Californians are going to be, you know, paying for these stupid policies, these failed policies. the rest of the United States are also going to be paying for these failed states, these failed cities. Like I mentioned in another video, you can't look at California and use us as an example. You can't reference us as a good example. You can't. There isn't anything good to say. You can't say, look it, let's do all this gun control. It works out here. It works out here in California. Nope. You can't say that. Or hey, let's raise our minimum wage. Let's go ahead and do that. Look at all the benefits California has had and has made, and look at it. Nope, you can't do that either. There's no reference to anything or any of these policies working.
A few moments later.
All kinds of different stupid crap trying to keep it PG-13. You know what? I'm not gonna keep on on drilling on my state. I do love the weather. I do love, you know, I love the riding, the roads, the coast. I mean, it's beautiful. California one, good times. I mean, there's a lot to enjoy out here, but I just don't think it's worth. I just don't think it's worth staying out here. It'd be nice to kind of, you know, come in from out of state, Arizona or Nevada or, you know, one of those other states. Coming on in and enjoying the weather and enjoying the ride, the scenic view from the coast. You know, maybe once or maybe, you know, 2-3 times out of the year, it'd be nice. But to stay out here and to pay, and you know what, you guys just stay out there, stay safe. Don't believe everything you read. Life's a risk. Get out there and ride. Later.